is my first time speaking with you since a lot of those transfers happened. You had a great relationship with Cucho. I know he wanted to take that next step in his career. Can you just kind of walk me through how all of that went down?
Yeah, so the discussion with Cucho, in order to bring him here, was to sell him a dream in a way. So it was about him coming back here, playing more, becoming the star of our club, becoming one of the stars of our league, and then going back to the national team, and one day, who knows, going back to one of the top 5 leagues in the world. And everything happened in a way. He became a star of our club, obviously, of our league, went back to the national team, and then one of the club that's in the biggest league in the world came knocking, and that's when himself asked us to consider it, because it's a dream of his, and we listened, and Cucho is now part of Real Betis.
Was that a difficult decision for you, considering his goal production and how much he's brought to this club, but also valuing his goals too?
It was a difficult decision, because obviously you do not want to lose a player like Cucho, but at the end of the day, we always had an open discussion with him. It's something he's always wanted to do. It made sense for himself and his family.
Yeah.
And for us, it was like, so long that our club is respected and can find its way, then we'll let you go and we'll be a supporter.
What does that say about the development that players get here as well?
Yeah, so it's a proof of concept in a way, that we don't want to block anyone. We actually want to push you towards your goals. If your goal is to be playing in the top league in the world, we want to be part of it, and we need to accept that, and it shows that we are successful in a way. And maybe there'll be more of players like that who either come from our club and will join top clubs in the world, or that we attract to this club and sending him this proof of concept of coming here, being successful, and then moving on to play in at the top of the food chain, like we say.
Replacing now Cucho, Christian Ramirez, Yayu Boa, heading into the season that kicks off here in a couple of days. You have an eye for talent. What's the process right now of trying to replace them and bring some more talent in?
Yeah, so it starts with obviously a great collaboration with our head coach, Wilfried Nancy, in terms of what are the profile we need. And we do not want to bring players just for the sake of being another body. We want to bring players that will bring competition within our group, because the first thing we realize is that our group is really strong, and we truly believe in our current players. Now we'd like to bring more competition to elevate everyone and elevate our club at the end of the day.
Is there any developments that you are able to share in terms of those conversations, or where you guys are at in the process, maybe with some possible players?
Yeah, so we are deeply in it. Obviously, there are many players that we tried to bring and that we couldn't bring for X reason. Sometimes it was due to a club refusing to let those players go. Sometimes it was other instances. But it's a difficult time to get players in, just because all the other leagues are in the middle of the season, and they're competing either for titles or for European qualifications or to avoid relegation. So it's extremely hard. However, we're working fully on this, and hopefully we'll bring some players soon.
Is there a timeline that you would like to adhere to, or is it kind of just fluid right now?
Yeah, in an ideal world, we would bring new players tomorrow, but our window doesn't close until April 23rd. So we have another 2 months to bring players in, hopefully sooner rather than later. But again, we're pretty calm between Wilfried and his coaching staff and the front office. Pretty relaxed in our process, and hopefully we'll bring players that would fit our team.
Going back to the development within this organization as a whole, Crew 2, for instance, a guy like Chase Adams, who scored 10 goals in a game recently, is there any thought of maybe bringing him up at all?
It's funny that you mentioned Chase Adams, because Chase was part of our preseason last year when he was 15, and he was again part of preseason this year. And Chase obviously broke a record by scoring 10 goals with the U.S. youth national team. But it's not just Chase. It's Chase and others, young players that have been part of preseason, deservedly so, and have done well. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the next year or two, those young kids start to participate within the first team, and we see them playing at lower.com. So obviously, as you know, player development is a big part of our club. We brought back Pipa Higuain as the head coach and Josh Williams as the assistant coach. And the idea is to develop players for his team.
How excited are you heading into your first full season as a general manager here with the Crew? How excited are you to kick off this new season on Saturday?
To be honest, being a general manager doesn't change my excitement. I'm as excited as the first time I joined here. This is my 7th season at the club.
Right.
But I'm super excited because of the development of our team, the evolution of it, what I saw in pre-season, so I cannot wait to be on Saturday.
Do you have a favorite match day tradition at all?
Oh, that's a great question. My favorite match day tradition, I would say it's the day spending with my kids and my wife. It's a time where I don't necessarily think of the game and I'm just spending time with them. And then as I leave, there are some songs that are quite the same always, especially as I'm approaching lower.com that I put quite loudly, sorry for the fans, but quite loudly in my car before arriving to the stadium.
How excited are you to see the TIFO reveal for Christmas on Saturday? They always do such a good job, Nordeca.
Yeah, and to be honest, this time I'm trying my best to avoid seeing it before it's shown at the stadium. Just I want that surprise because what they do is incredible.
Yeah.
Last year, Wilfried and I went to visit them, creating a TIFO, and we helped them. Help is a strong word. We just put one stroke. But it's incredible what they do and the time they spend and the sacrifice they made to make the atmosphere at lower.com one of the best in the league.
So one talking point this offseason too is there's a picture circulating on the internet that actor Timothée Chalamet was wearing a Crew jacket. Is there any plans to try to bring him to a match someday?
Why not? Why not? I mean, I was surprised to see such a superstar with that jacket. It's funny because he's also a big fan of Saint-Etienne, which is a French club where Dylan Chambos is from. So let's see if we can try some sort of collaboration and bring Timothée to one of our matches.
And speaking of collaboration, on Saturday, a couple of the members of the Ohio State football team, Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate, are going to be the match igniters. How important is it to continue that collaboration amongst other sports here in the city and kind of celebrate all of our successes here?
Yeah, because I believe this is the strength of our city. We're all in this together. We root for each other. In pre-season, we had the Ohio State final game on TV, and we were all cheering for them. And we got super excited when they finally won. But it's something with the Blue Jacket, with the Clippers and the Fury. We need to support each other, and we're grateful that they will be attending our games.
And last one for me, do you have a message for the fans, the Black and Gold faithful, who are going to freeze a little bit, but for a good cause on Saturday to come support you guys?
Yeah, our supporters are one of the best.
Yeah.
Whether it's freezing temperature, whether it's scorching heat, they show up and they show out. So I have no doubt that they'll be supporting us from the very first kick of the season until the very last, and I cannot wait to see them on Saturday.